Okay, we are now live on YouTube. So for YouTube, we have some important stuff to do today. We are like a week away from leaving for Magic on Amsterdam, which means we have to get ready to leave for Magic on Amsterdam. And getting ready to leave for Magic on Amsterdam involves thumbnailing and titling all 24 long form videos I have prepared in advance for the deck review channel. We're still gonna have to do a few more of these. I have 3 more in the queue. I think I'm gonna set one more wave live before I leave, but we are gonna have like half a month. Like when I consider the days that I'm gonna be on the plane, and like jet lag, it's probably closer to like 3 weeks of no new deck review content being made. Nomers, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, my friend. Hello, Chesabel. Hello, Contained Animosity. Dark, thank you for the random Smasher Pass. Entario, what's up, my friend? Smash. Dude, I'd love to craft some flesh. What's up? Yes, white bread for Amsterdam. So thankfully, I have done enough of the queue that I counted it up right before stream. I have 24 deck reviews that are ready, that are filmed. And most of what we're going to be doing today is thumbnailing and titling however many of them we can. That's a clone, so the question is, would you smash yourself? No, I am unfortunately hetero. In good news that really shouldn't be news, the SCOTUS upheld birthright citizenship. That is very good news. If you had asked me, like if I had to bet money on an outcome, I would have bet that they would not have, because they have gone against so many established precedents. They have gone against so much of the Constitution just to bend over backwards and lick their own buttholes for Trump's approval. What's up, Spados? What's up, Chase Watts? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the bar is in hell. So the fact that we got over the bar in hell, I'm happy. Hello, Autumn Breeze. How you doing today? Snake fan Bob, thank you for the 5 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. Sharp, it's good to know you're rizzed. The fuck did I just walk into? We're talking about thumbnails, and then somebody shared the SCOTUS upheld birthright citizenship. I think today, maybe yesterday, probably today. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 16 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Hi, boss. I wish I was on estrogen. That, doctor, buddy, that can happen for you, doctor. Entario, thank you for the 130 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. Did you take a look at the thread? I did. It seems good. It is just, I'm gonna handle it at some point. But yeah, it looks good. Thank you for doing that. And MLP, thank you for the 15 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. I always forget how eloquent you can be. I think the operative word there is can, because it feels like most of the time I'm talking, I'm just going like bingle borb slap on the thang dang. You know? And I'm just hoping people laugh. White bread, thank you for the 135 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park as king of the dog park. I'm making you sign my Rocco card specifically for the well-known Secret Commander Displaced Dinosaur Nuggies deck in Amsterdam. Be prepared. That's awesome. That sounds dope. Okay, so what we're actually doing, we're working on thumbnails. I have to manual ad break Twitch chat. I'm so sorry, Twitch chat, but I have to do it because I need the 17 cents I will get. So what we're going to be working on is, we're probably going to operate mostly in this template. I came into stream and immediately got a Hims Balding ad. They know their audience. Well, they know my audience. So what deck is up first? Tival Value Overload. Is this the one, like a bad card? Okay, I remember this deck. So this deck is just Tival, but nothing. Tival, but nothing worked because they had just made a like $5,000 deck list that didn't actually do anything specific. Is there a rating for the star system in your thumbnail? The star system in my thumbnail, I think I'm going off like loose vibes on how well I felt the deck builder achieved what they told me they wanted to achieve in the primer. So it's not even a strict, you know, like the most recent um the most recent five star deck was Illuge, and I actually thought it was quite bad. I was highly critical of that Illuge deck, but the deck builder said it was for an established friend pod. It was for a pod where they liked having to politic themselves out of a really deep hole, and that if they got out of that really deep hole, they wanted to board wipe every turn. And that Illuge deck, yeah, you do that. And I had a lot of problems with that from a social angle. I had more problems with that from a like use Illusion's text box well angle. But they told me what they wanted and they fucking do what they wanted. And I gave them some suggestions to maybe do it even a little bit better. Um, but like this Liliana deck, which I think went out yesterday, was like I want to tell the story of Liliana and play a little bit of Magic at the same time. And I don't really think they achieved either. So maybe it should have even been a 1 star because this was the classical problem of, ooh, I really like this character. I'm going to play every card that has this character on it, and then you end up with like 30 cards that barely synergize with each other, if at all. So that's how the star rating system works. So you can have, you know, something I think is a bad deck and get 5 stars. You can have a good deck and get 1 star. It's more a rating of like, it's your self actualization score. So this one, Taval value overload. First, let's go get our boy Taval. I don't even know if this is the right Taval deck, but I don't think it matters. I think I just need to have a Taval deck in the background. You're not using it per se to bait people into. No, not really. Like there's I think it's meant to be like it's meant to be bait I deliver on. Cuz like the Illuge having 5 stars and saying like this is a demon, that's kind of bait, but like it is. If you take that deck into the same situation that deck builder is taking that deck into, you are highly effective and you are a demon. So I want it to be enticing, but I still want it to be honest. I'm not just like picking. I don't just pick a star value based off what I think would be the most clickable. Very fire. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Get this down. Then, yeah, this is like the $4,000 deck, and I think they've cut even. I think like the first instance of this deck had like Rhystic Study or something. Um, so how do I? Ooh, I don't know how to fit 2 lines. I mean, maybe I could not do the stars, but I like the stars. I think the stars are really good. Dragoon, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 9th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. And Big Chief DDD, thank you for the prime sub as well. Welcome back to the dog home. I took 2 years of graphic design, and I guarantee that if Liliana is in the thumbnail, it will be clicked. I'll just put them in all then. I want to fit in like wins 0, but this is too. I guess, is this too much space? Maybe that's something I should be asking myself. Maybe I can crowd the thumbnail a little bit more than I think. Malcolm Yvette just suggest that every deck add a Liliana Planeswalker. You can add it to every thumbnail. That's a good idea. $4K. I don't think it's as striking though. This one does feel. This version does feel crowded. And the thing is, I think if we go to K, does that even... Oh, it almost gets us all in one line. Got to make something red. Okay, that's something. Flip that, ship that. Make the stars red? Nah. Helios, thank you for the 130 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. And Warren Gideon, thank you for the tier 1 sub at the 4th month. Welcome back to the dog home. Stars red and wins green. That's too... Nah, 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 nah. That's deep magic. Okay, so we're gonna go... Bam. Bam. Nerd Rage, I'm doing great. How are you doing today? Bam. Uh... I think put the printer down is great bait, because I do think at one point during this video, this person, I believe, yeah, it's a $3,900 deck. I believe this person says, like, don't worry, my play group is super down with proxying. And I think at one point during the video, I'd make a point about you are too comfortable with proxying. And in fact, we should restrain ourselves a little bit in terms of how many generically good cards we put in. What do you mean staples are not the answer? I don't know, Delvagore. It sounds like you'll have to watch a YouTube video about it to understand. Ka-chow. Hey, Maud, what was it like being in a Magic the Noah video? I'm only 5.5 hours into it right now, but it looked like it was a fun time. Just want to hear your experience. Being in a Magic the Noah video is a lot like being kidnapped to participate on a game show, because he always, like, DMs you out of the blue, says, hey, can you show up at this time on this day? It's for a video. And he gives you no context. And every time I've been in one, I've thought to myself, well, surely when I get there, there will be some context. And then I get there and there's no fucking context. And it's two people, usually famous YouTubers who I've never spoken to before, who also roll up with no context. And like, Noah cuts so little. So little. There are no instructions. There is no like, hey, how you doing? That gets cut from these videos. It is like the opening line of exposition you guys get is also all the exposition we get. But it's very, very fun. Very, very good. Toss the Human, thank you for a Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Dropout MTG content win. There is a growing crossover of those two communities. I am definitely going to try to get good enough at that type of stuff via Veggie's game show to eventually make it on Dropout. That is certainly in my head, but I've not like shot my shot about being on, and I have had zero conversations that are like even 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon removed from me getting on a Dropout show, but that is certainly a goal, a dream, dare I say a vision of mine that I've had. All right, next deck. Oh yeah, this deck was bad. Hey Maul, any schedule for when the next Commander roast slots might open? We're probably gonna put roast slots up on Sunday because I need to do some roasts to get long forms for the main channel before I leave. It's gonna be really tight though, because we're gonna have... I leave on Wednesday the 8th. What will probably happen is I will do a roast stream on Monday the 6th and on Tuesday the 7th, so that I can get two deck roast streams done but I'm gonna be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we can't do it on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Um, so double listings. Yeah, I'll probably list the way it's probably gonna work is I'm probably gonna sell six. I'll sell three for each day. We have CDR Charmander, who has a free one that they won on a previous roast stream. So CDR Charmander will go on one of these days, and then we will do a raffle on the other day, and it will be 4 decks per day. And then I can send these to Mango, and Mango can work on them while I am gone. Uh, and then by like the time I'm back, we can try to resume a regular schedule by the last week of July. Because I'm back the 23rd. Hey boss, do you have any plans for when the custom card streams might come back? Or are they still in the we'll see zone? If you were to, a tentative date would be the 30th. I would say tentative date is the 30th. Because I'm going to be gone for the 2 weeks in the middle of July, and this Thursday. So this Thursday, we're going to have a fun surprise stream. I believe it's still a maybe, but it's a strong maybe. Elk and Snail are going to be here in person, and we are going to do. I'm trying to pitch doing an IRL Catan stream or some type of IRL board game stream, but I want to have it be IRL stream from the phone so that we are passing the phone around kind of in the style of those like early 2000s found footage movies or those trending like those Instagram trends when they do like I'm passing the phone to somebody who blanks. So we have like the active player who has the dice, and then the person who's one behind them in the rotation is holding the phone and like commentating the game, and then we keep passing both around, and so you get a bunch of different POVs. We can have the person holding the phone do like wacky zooms instead of because I think I've been trying to think of an idea for what we could do as an IRL stream with them, and the only two things that came to mind were like, oh well, I could do like we could do what is effectively a podcast, which is just the three of us like talking about bullshit, which is fine, but I think that's like pass fail, right? There's no way to get an A+ on that stream. All we can get is like it's a pass fail stream. I don't really like that. Uh, but I know Z will crash out over Catan. I know I will be a stinky bitch over Catan, and I think it would be visually interesting to have the ever-changing perspective. And when I thought about, oh, we could have board game night, when I think about how when I see like board game streams or commander streams on Twitch, it's like always one perspective and it's trying to make sure you can see the whole board all of the time. I think that's lame. I really don't like that. And so I think it would be better to have, a bunch of individual camera people who are passing the phone around. So I pitched it to Elk. We will see what they say. It may be a different board game. Like it may not be Catan, but I think it will be. I think it will be some physical activity with rotating camera people. Contained animosity. Thank you for the 100-bit cheer. When I was a kid, I could walk into a store with $1 and walk out with 4 candy bars. Now they have cameras everywhere. Fuck. You should play 3 rounds of Final Destination, no items. I would clean these people. I would wax them. Okay? Veggie can beat the shit out of me. I can beat the shit out of the rest of y'all. And then Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 95-bit cheer. I saw a post at one point from an LGS vintage tournament where someone proxied everything except their power 9. Imagine your opponent playing a real Black Lotus and then a proxy Swamp. That's the best BM I've ever heard of. That's such a sicker flex than having like, ooh, everything's all foiled. That's even better than everything being all serialized. Dropping a fucking real Power 9 card on somebody's head and then printer paper basic swamp. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I had a friend that proxied to planes with a Caracas. They're the GOAT. Also, Aegis Athene, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Hi, boss. Happy last day of Pride. I'm always glad to see you rocking with us and not just for Z's sake. Every day I strive to be more like you morally and less like you physically because I like my hair too much. I was a little confused about how nice you were being. I'm glad you brought it back in the end, you fuck bitch. I love you too. Didn't Post Malone use this One Ring as a treasure? Dude, I would be using that shit as a coaster. I would be bringing that out at every opportunity I can. What does Power 9 mean? Mixed Man, those are 9 cards that are very, very old Magic cards. They're all very, very good. Um, yeah, they're just old, good, never reprinted. They're all crazy expensive. Okay, so we have Guild Mages on a plane. What has to be happening here? Alec Man, it's going good. How are you doing? Christmas! Thank you for the 7 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. Hmm. Do. What is this fucking Infinite Guideline Station is the name of this commander. Download the PNG image, please and thank you. Give me vignette. Give me blur. I know Marin isn't actually super strong. Okay, well, pause there, because yes, she is. But I hate her so much because a guy in the pod has an annoying looping Edict Marin deck and I hate playing against it. Yeah, that's because Marin's super strong. What are we talking about? Marin's crazy good. Marin is like you can't even build bracket 2 Marin. Marin is so good. If you build a Marin deck and you try to do Marin things at all, you are in bracket 3 to begin with. Like you can clear bracket 3 easy, you can make it to bracket 4. She just doesn't have like she's just not a CEDH commander. That's it. But she's crazy strong for like casual commander. I meant in the way where it's not really CEDH. Well, right, but like that's still super strong. Because like CEDH is just operating on different avenues of play. It doesn't mean that they're weak. What's up, Spencer Hare? We are working on thumbnails today because I got to get ready to leave for my Amsterdam trip. Me when the guideline station is infinite. Like I'm not trying to bash your card evaluation. I think I know what you're going for. I just mean like don't feel don't feel bad about being like, oh man, Marin's so bullshit. Marin is so bullshit. You don't. You're vindicated. You are in a safe space to spout off about her. She's fucked up. She's fucked up. I had to play against somebody's Marin deck once, and we were like, this is when I was new to the game, and we were like, oh yeah, we're bringing some just like kick around, low power, kind of janky decks, and they were like, yeah, I built budget Marin, and they fucking ran it on us because Marin's so fucking powerful. Ooh, Guidle Mage, perfect. How much money was that kind of non-stream deck review if one would catch a restock? So when it restocks, it'll be 15. When it's not restocked, you can buy it on demand for 100. Um, I kind of want to get a little bit weirder with this one. Maybe I can do. This arrow is not the shape that I want it to be. Speaking of reviews, when will those come back, or is that TBD due to the backlog? I have to make some mathematical. I have to do some math about that, Alec man, because the that red is too dark. Why did you this? There we go. Have you always used Canva? I never imagined using it for thumbnail creation. Yeah, because it just like showed up in Google. Okay, these guys suck. Um, Maldhun, are you a theater kid? You're always so articulate and theatrical. No, I am not a theater kid. I was a STEM kid who wanted to be a theater kid, but was too I was too shy. I tried out for one play and I did not get the lead role in the first play I ever tried out for, and so I abandoned theater. Cameron Graywolf, thank you for the 500-bit cheer. Just found out I made rank. I'm now an E6. I don't know what that means, but in my heart, you're a B10. That's for Big Ten. To Sealy, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 2 months in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. Hey boss, these guys do suck. Hope you're having a great day. I'm having a great one. You must have went through a crazy transformation growing up then. It wasn't that crazy. I was a extremely poorly socialized, probably autistic. My mom and I had a talk about it and decided like the school said, we believe him to be autistic. Please go get him assessed so that we can give him special help. And we went home that day and my mom was like, so what they mean by special help is you getting even more ostracized than you are now. Do you want the special help? And I went, no, I don't want the special help. We will figure it out. So he never got me assessed. And I just learned how to socialize with other people by watching stand-up specials on repeat. And so the way I have always been used to interacting with people is you have to be articulate, you have to be telling a story, and you have to make them laugh. And that is how you talk to people. Like I was watching um I would watch like my dad really liked Ron White. So I was watching like OG Chappelle. I was watching OG Chappelle, I was watching Ron White, and I was watching OG Kevin Hart. And I would just watch their stand-up specials on repeat, and I would just be like, talk like them, talk like them. How can I talk about the things that are happening to me in the same way they're speaking? And I would just practice it at school every day, and the better I got at it, the more people liked me. They call me, yeah, tater salad, dude. Yeah, that's good enough for a diagnosis. It's really weird that the only one of those three not canceled is Ron, yeah. Have you watched any George Carlin? A little bit, but I don't think I've ever watched any George Carlin specials front to back, which is interesting because I think I would really like George Carlin. But most of what I was watching was I don't think I watched the most different Kevin Kevin Hart's. I think the one who I watched the most different specials from Ron White, which is crazy. I rewatched Dave Chappelle and I rewatched Kevin Hart the most because they had such good delivery that I was like, I need to see this again, so that I can fold it into my brain. But I watched the most unique Ron White specials. I doubt your mother was wrong in her assessment, but boys, it's sad that's the reality of public education. I think it's better now, but her assessment was definitely bang on back then. Like she wasn't as it was a longer conversation than I made it sound like, but like we went home and she was like, "I know you're having a really hard time socially." I was like, "Correct." She was like, "We want to make that better." I was like, "Correct." Um, the school thinks you the school thinks you have a condition that they want to help you more with. I was like, interesting. And they said, or my mom told me, like, I'm worried that because people already other you so much, if we give you a label and we take you out of your classes, it is only going to make it more difficult for you to relate to your peers socially. How do you feel about that? And I said that makes sense to me. I don't think I would have an easier time relating to people if I was physically separated from them, because I would have been put in a different classroom, and the only social connections I had made were from people that like had to be around me. Like if you God, this bothered me for so I've had so many friends growing up who told me at one point like, "Yeah, I hated you when I met you, but you grew on me." And so that was how I got to know people. Was it was like, "Were you forced to be around me via proximity? I would grow on you. It'll be okay." And so when my mom was like, "Yeah, we they would physically separate you to give you better support," I was like, that would be awful. The only social inroads I'm able to make are through physical proximity. I do not want to be removed from physical proximity. Um, and then we made the decision like, okay, we're not going to get you tested, because if we get you tested and we get the diagnosis, we're not going to be able to hide it, but we can just never have you be assessed. And then we would have like socialization practice. Also depends on where you went to public school. My school district did a great job helping me manage my ADHD without it becoming a source of othering, but there was definitely kids in my school who needed so much support the school put them in a different class. Yeah, but I was so importantly, I was on the verge of being put in a different class with or without the diagnosis. This was like the final uh the final stand. Because I was really violent as a kid. I had enormous anger issues. I could not handle being touched by anybody. And so other kids would pick on me, and they would like they didn't even have to hit me. They just had to like put their hand on my shoulder and I would fucking tweak. Like adults couldn't touch me. I couldn't be hugged by people. I would just scream and scream and scream. Um and so I was getting into fights a lot, and the hardline conversation came because I had cracked a PE teacher's rib because I was freaking out on another kid and he had to pull me off, and I was doing the like fucking kid arm flail, and I was just a very large child. Like I think I hit maybe not quite 6 foot, but I was almost 6 foot or just 6 foot tall before I left elementary school. I was giant. I was like, I didn't, I wasn't weighing myself in elementary school, but I was like 250 in seventh grade. I was a rotund man as a fucking 11-year-old. Um, so if I had been relatively well behaved and was just struggling in my classes, then I think it might have been less of a source of othering, but they were like, hey, your kid's freaking the fuck out. We have to, like, the school basically told my mom, you have one last chance to get him under control, or we have to begin involving specialists and labels because he's going to kill somebody. The tallest kid in our elementary school was named Mike Maxim. What a perfect name. That is perfect. Holy shit. 250? Yeah, the heaviest I have ever been in my entire life is seventh grade. I think the heaviest I have been since then is like I got up to like 228 one time, and that was when I was in a like bulking phase during a rowing off season. Um, but the most I've ever weighed was when I was a fucking middle schooler. How tall are you? I'm 6'4". So I'm pretty spread out. Like right now, um, like this build. Ah, there's a chair back here. Where I don't look particularly muscular, but I'm not like particularly stringy. I'm like 215 right now. So that shit is spread out. That shit is very spread out. My 5'10" ass can't break 160. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. It's tough. It's tough when you little. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 95-bit cheer. I hated the special needs support my school did. Robbed me of swimming classes to give me a stupid study hall that I fucking hated. I still can't swim. Yep, that is what my mom did not want to have happen to me. Show us the legs. I'm in sweatpants right now, otherwise I would. I got nice legs. I got nice legs. If you go to Amsterdam, you'll see, because Europe's in a heat wave right now, so I'm gonna be in shorts. I'm gonna be in little hoochie shorts the whole time. It's about to get wicked. Do you still have touch sensitivity or do you have management tools? I, on some level, it's hard to know because I've never had the lived experience of somebody that does not have touch sensitivity. I am not as sensitive to touch now as I was as a child. I've gotten better about it, but I went to special therapy to desensitize me to physical stimulus, where all they did was like touch me with a bunch of different shit. There was one thing was really fun. They had me like cannonball into a pit that had a lot of like foam blocks of different shapes because they wanted me to get used to like sudden variable physical stimulus. And I hated it at first. And I like the end of the inspiring montage was I began liking that. I began liking that exercise, and then they were like, okay, maybe he's gonna be all right. Maybe he's gonna be fine now. But I don't freak out when people touch me. Can your friend pat you on the back? No, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Uh I'm down for hugs, I'm down for fist bumps, I'm down for handshakes, like that's all chill. If I'm I would say if I am in an aggravated emotional state, I'm more of a like do not touch me to reassure me. But if I'm chill, touch is fine. How long can the hugs be? The fact that you're even asking that, Pebble Sensei. The fact that you're even that's dangerous. Hello, keyboard. How you doing? How much removal is too much removal in a control deck? I run 12 in Y'shtola. Um, I think when we're talking about bracket 3, bracket 4, if you have card draw in the command zone, I would say too much is like 30. Oh, so this is what the title thumbnail testing looks like. How long does it do the test before settling down on one? It runs them for 2 weeks or until one takes an incredible lead. Let me save this one and we can go look. We can go look at an example. So let's go out of unlisted. So we have A/B test completed. This one's new. So like this one, I think when it gets to about 5% ahead of the other options, it auto picks that option. If no option is getting consistently ahead of the others, it will run it for like 2 weeks. It's like this one's still going. Uh, these are all pretty close. You know, Rent a Girlfriend. I expected this one to be the highest. But it's not the highest by a wild amount. Is it worth it to do A/B testing on these videos? Yes. It's worth it to do A/B testing on these videos because it helps develop my understanding of what makes a good title thumbnail combination, which helps the main channel. And also, like, this video made $100. This video made $100. This title was getting 50% more clicks than this title, and this title was getting not 50, 30% more clicks, and it was getting like 15% more clicks than this one. That's like a 20% jump in revenue. So that's like 20 more dollars I got uh from shooting out random different titles. Is $100 a lot for a video? For one of these videos, Macy, because on this channel, this is the deck review channel, on these videos, I do zero editing. I do no editing. I don't ping anybody when they get published. Um, these are the people who have just bought deck reviews off Ko-Fi. They are extremely low effort. So as you can see, like a lot of the typical videos make somewhere in the range of like 20 to 40 bucks. Um, and so if any of them break out and make 100, or even if they break out and make like 50, really good. Oh, but see, there's some like this where there wasn't really a winner. Wasn't really a winner, so it just set one. Um, no, I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, 360. Like this one, it might even be worth trying to come up with a different. It might even be worth trying to come up with a different thumbnail for it because it only made like 18 bucks. And when I made this channel, I did not think it was going to make very much money. My relationship with this channel has changed a great amount as the viewership for this channel has been high and stayed higher than I anticipated. It's come down a little bit over the last month, but it's still like shockingly high. Um, so yeah, it's worth a day A/B test. Okay. Chaos stacks. Which one was this? Was this? Oh yeah, this was the person who lied to me. Okay. How's the heat been treating you, Maul? The heat hasn't been bad here. It will be bad in Amsterdam. Will we ever get to subject you to random games ever again? I don't know. I want to. I really want to be a variety streamer. It. I want to be able to stream variety. I want to get better at being entertaining when I'm streaming variety games. I think the problem is I have so many plates that I'm already spinning, and I have to hold it down financially. This job is awesome. This job is fun. This job is way easier than burning my soul in some like corporate corporate schlock job. Um, but it is still a job, and I still have to show up and do all of it. And it's very difficult to manage like it's difficult to manage how do I give this game an honest effort and still do all of the other stuff that I want to do because it doesn't feel like an honest enough effort to do okay, we play your game for 2 hours. Like we did the attempt at like play the game for 1 hour, play the game for 2 hours during the subathon. Some were okay, but a lot of games, especially like Little Mix Doom, your game cassette piece, it didn't feel like I got enough out of it um in the 1 to 2 hours, and I'm not sure what I'm still thinking about what other restrictions I put on the games to make them work a little bit better in the 1 hour time frame. Because like Ultra Kill worked pretty well. Destiny did not work well, right? We barely made it out of the tutorial. Um, we played Cassette Beast during the subathon. Little Mix Doom sponsored an hour of Cassette Beast, and it was very fun. I'm guessing you might do it again at the next subathon. I know the formula won't be as cheap. Yeah, it'll be changed, but there will be some type of angle on it. Right, we're doing. Or this is Rocco. Roguelikes are usually quick, yes, but I don't want to limit it to, you can just tell me a different roguelike to play. Someday we will show up on screen as well. I'm sorry, Mersu. I keep forgetting. I don't want to pay. I do not want to pay Streamlabs any amount of money to compile them, and I keep not setting aside enough time pre-stream to get a free OBS plugin that can do it. Oops. Did we do a random round of marbles for anything, Cobalt, or do you just want to see the marbles? The gate to guard the key. Don't you want to change the thumbnail face sometimes? Yeah, but we changed it from last month's. Like I think the viewing audience for these videos is much smaller than any of my other content, and it is useful to have consistent branding. The stars are consistent branding. Having my face period is consistent branding, but I do want to be doing something that will let people know this is not a commander roast. This is not a deck roast. This is not a like because we've had people say, "Oh, I like it. I like it that it's always the same face because when I see the same face, I know what type of video it is." How do we decide the stars? The stars are decided. It is a like vibes based judgment on how well you achieved the thing you told me you wanted to achieve. This deck, this is a good example of like the stars are not just power because when you watch this video, this deck is very very good. This deck is very powerful, and I just beef with it because I think they fibbed in their primer. I've been doing some fun ranked games here and there, and my bot lane has gone 0-11 in 10 minutes, 4 games in a row. Don't do that. Don't do that. What? Hey, Mald, who's your favorite league champ in terms of lore and design? Nasus. I like stacking. I like infinite stacking. I wish he was better. Double his movement speed. Cowards. I hate that Nasus is so weak. Jin Cell is crazy. I don't like Jin. I don't like seeing Jin on the enemy team. I don't like seeing Jin on my team. I hate it because he's a fraudulent AD carry. He's an AD mage. He doesn't do any damage. All he can do is like root you really annoyingly. Um, so if he's on my team, he always fails to carry, and if he's on the enemy team, he always roots me at the exact right time for their actual carry to come kill me. Nasus Wither, but he gains the lost move speed. Oh! I would bust, dude. I would bust. That would be incredible. That test. Save. That would let Nasus actually chase his opponent. Can't have that. Dude, I was playing a league game last night. I saw them lock in Nasus. I looked at the rest of my team. I realized my team did not have a way to kite Nasus. I first timed Victor and ruined this man's life. I knew nothing about Victor other than he do magic, and that I have played against Victors as Nasus, and it is impossible to do anything against the champion. And I just pressed my little fucking W field of slow you by way too much, and he never got to get any kills or participate in any fights. And I was like, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry to do it to you. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 95-bit cheer. Why do so many subplots in reality keep coming back to Doge budget cuts, like the parasites that are making beef expensive? Because that's what they are. They're parasites. Elon Musk went in there, got nothing effective done, gutted a ton of important services, and now we are watching everything crumble around us. And a fucking crackhead took all the copper out of our walls. Like, they stole all of our insulation, and now we're wondering why the house is cold. But he's a trillionaire, though. So, like, yay. Have you tried the new Keystone that gives you move speed and slow resist when you deal 25% of their HP? I haven't. I haven't been playing enough Nasus because Nasus is just so... Oh, was this the God's First Weak Xyrus deck? How do I... What the fuck is happening? What is going on? Maul, are you becoming the new... What? That's so wrong. Get out of here. Are you becoming the new I review Xyrus deck builder? Because I'm submitting Xyrus soon. No, I just think Xyrus is popular. Like, they're a good... This sucked. What was this? I don't want to ever use that again. Um, Cyrus is just a popular commander because they're a cool commander. Warm orange, no. If I just have gold, can I just get... Okay, I can't get gold. It's not yellow, holy fuck. What's happening? Okay, whatever, you're getting deleted. Make the stars teamier. You are a crack smoker. You are a crack smoker, and you will not be... they will not miss you in Valhalla, bro. As a Garen main, we need more Nasus players. God, I fucking hate Garen players. I fucking hate... You can't do anything against Garen. It's not aligned? Yeah, it is. Don't be like that. Xyrus. Middle star is misaligned? That's not true. The middle one sure isn't. I don't know. Why are you looking at the middle one? Mind your own business. What do I want to do here? Your rage baiting is working. That shit is not aligned. Fix it. I don't know, man. It sounds like you'll have to gift 50 YouTube memberships. I don't see what you're seeing, but I would look harder for $3 million. Okay, so this deck was... My playgroup thought it was better than it is. My playgroup thought it was bracket 4. This is definitely the wrong Xyrus deck, but I don't care. So that's fine. I'm here to add that the middle star is vertically lower than the others. That's not true. Don't worry, buddy. I've checked. I've checked. It's not lower. Seeing this thumbnail reminded me to unsubscribe to Canva before my free trial is over. You're welcome, Yaki World. Would you say that a Saproling deck with no game changers, just pump spells, couldn't be a bracket 2 deck? No, it sounds like a deck some people would accuse of being bracket 3 because they probably wouldn't respect your threat profile, but that doesn't make you bracket 3. That sounds pretty bracket 2. Oh shit, undo the drop shadow. No, no, no. I don't want none. None. Because it's like what a lot of people get wrong with the bracket system, that whole like, oh, the Saproling deck, no game changers, it's just pump spells, it's bracket 2, right? And your friend goes, no, it's bracket 3. It's like Jorge Masvidal is a worse fighter than Ben Askren. But because Ben Askren did not respect the possibility of a flying knee, he got knocked out in 3 seconds flat. That can happen in bracket 2. There's so many different ways to play Magic that if people just don't respect what your game plan is trying to do at all, you might get the nuts and you catch them with a flying knee early in the game, and they're like, oh my god, you caught me with something early? That's so bullshit. And it's like, you held up no blockers, you played no interaction, you spent your own life total on bullshit. Like, yeah, you died, bro. That happens. Who? They're two UFC fighters. Ben Askren was a really, really good wrestler, and Jorge Masvidal is a dickhead. And they had a fight where in the first, like, in the opening seconds of the match, Ben Askren goes to tackle him to try to start wrestling him, and Jorge Masvidal just like straight up out of Super Smash Bros. Like if you know Captain Falcon from Super Smash Bros. And you know his like electric flying knee, he does that. He just went and Ben's skull went straight into his fucking kneecap, and he was asleep. Our LGS owner saw MTG Star Trek set and said he's going to buy Star Trek Commander decks they release and try our MTG. That's cool. That was probably the funniest retelling of that fight I've ever heard. Let's fucking go. Yeah, it was so fast, dude. It was funny as fuck. I don't think I saw your cheer. Little McDoom, thank you for the 95-bit cheer. What is your policy on custom cards and deck reviews? If it's like one or two, Little McDoom, I trust you personally. If it's one or two, don't worry about it. I've seen enough of yours. Yours have been reasonable every time. Normally, the policy is it must be a card I have seen on a stream before for anybody that is not Little McDoom. What about custom card art, Tomu? Get back in the cage. What are you doing? What if I submit a Yu-Gi-Oh deck and mail you a stink bomb so you can review it in the right ambiance? If you do the $100 on-demand option, we can make that happen. I will review a Legends of Runeterra deck while inhaling straight Axe body spray for the right amount of money. Harbinger, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. And Jay Arlington, thank you so much for the raid. We are working on content, behind the scenes stuff today. I'm doing a bunch of thumbnails for videos that I have pre-filmed before I head to MagicCon Amsterdam, and we're talking about the Jorge Masvidal Ben Askren UFC fight. All right, what deck is next? I hope you were having a good stream, my friend. Oh, right, an Angels deck. Okay. Will you review my custom tarot deck? It's all towers. I don't know enough about tarot to know what that means, but I believe you that it's funny. Have we used angels in the outfield as a reference yet? We have not. That's 2 rotated. Uh, the tower is like world fire. Interesting. Mauled, how much money for you to review my Balatro deck? Uh, $100, Macy Hearts. You know what? For the on-demand option, you can send me any deck for anything, and I will review it faithfully. The $15 reviews are going to remain for Magic lovers who are supporting the channel. But if you want to spend $100 on an on-demand review, you can send me anything that approximates a deck of cards, and I will do my best. Uh, Yes, Alec man. If you have had it reviewed on a stream before and I have okayed it, you are good to have it in a deck review. Please add that to the Ko-Fi description. I will. I will. Um, this one was pretty rough. I think this was like solid. Can I send you my Slay the Spire 2 the Silent Shiv build for 100 stone cold dollars, white bread? Yes, you can. Okay. What was up with this deck? We have to do better is not enough. What was wrong with this deck? I don't think they had enough card draw. They couldn't make enough threats. They didn't understand how they needed to tactically position themselves. Um, NGL though, if you had like 30 people sending you gimmick nonsense for $100, it could hurt your brand consistency. It could. What I would probably do, Tomu, is I would only publish those videos on days where Magic decks were also going out because I've tried that on the main channel and it's been mostly okay. If I publish like what will hurt my channel is if I spend like a week or two just straight publishing off-topic dog shit, but I've been able to mix in off-topic variety stuff anywhere if it is do like core competency, do weird thing. Do core competency, do weird thing. Yeah, I just have to sandwich it. I saw you realign the middle star. No, you fucking didn't, Delvagor. Shut the fuck up. Be an adult, man. What are you talking about? You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. We've done it. Sorry, this is known rhythm. I'm new in the try to give them all my money business. Never apologize for giving me your money, friend. But is there a schedule when the $15 options get restocked? So typically, they get restocked on Sundays. It's been a little bit weird for the last month because I had some chronic pain issues that were creating a really big backlog. Um, I don't know when the restockage is going to happen because here's what we have to manage. Here's what we have to manage. From the 8th to the 23rd, I am out of town. On Thursday, I'm having Snail and Elk come to an IRL stream here. And then from Friday to Sunday, I'm at Command Fest Tacoma. So the only other days that I have to film stuff is today, tomorrow, and tomorrow I have a podcast as well. Today, tomorrow, and then like Thursday morning. And then Monday and Tuesday of next week, I'm doing roast streams. And so if any new reviews go out, they will go out tomorrow. I have 3 more deck reviews that are currently in the queue. If I can get those done today, I will set probably like 3 or 4 more reviews live tomorrow just to make sure that I have enough to get through the whole. Because I'm about to go like a clean a clean month without filming anything for the deck review channel. Um, and so I want to get a few more filmed, but it kind of has to be balanced with like I want to keep making. I need to set aside time to film for the main channel as well because I don't want the main channel to go like 6 weeks with no new video. So on that note, Twitch chat, you're gonna get manually ad broken for a second, and then we're gonna move on to the next deck. Trying to think how to make a girl failure Everett deck. No other creatures besides rats. I don't know what girl failure means. That is more online than I am. What are your thoughts on Queen Marchesa? Many people build her like with Aikido theme, but I just don't see how she can be strong. Your game plan is pretty much pretty, please hit me first. Like what? Well, Monarch's very good. That's most of the balance, right? Like if you're doing Aikido, yeah, motivate people to hit you first by drawing more, like having benefits for not getting hit. And then if you try to hit me, something bad happens to you. Mr. Ninja, thank you for the random smasher pass. Pass. I don't think that would fit well. Dude, you know Rent a Girlfriend. Don't pretend to be a normie. I don't think knowing the existence of Rent a Girlfriend is that deep. We are not doing Angels in the Moxfield, Tomu. Get out of here. Get out of here. Why is this one? Did it not get? Okay, no, it has the thumbnail. Which doctor is this? There. Nope. Okay. Holy shit, is this a new background music loop? Hello, Beeps. Yes, it is. I think this one is 3 minutes long. Will this work? Holy shit, it worked. I don't like that though. Um. Oh. Spark app, thank you for the 3 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. Joey, thank you for stopping by. An anime AMV star. I'm doing great today. I don't like these infinity symbols. I, I think the threats goes red instead of 0. Okay, that's kind of something. We're fine with that. Let's do. Okay, there's that. Give you a drop shadow. Favorite alternate win con or lose con? I really don't think I have one. I avoid alternate win cons as much as possible. I think what I enjoy the most about Commander is beating each other to death slowly. Like I really like that play pattern. I like us having to cobble together a bunch of dog shit, because you've removed my main threats, I've removed your main threats, and all that remains are a bunch of like interns with sporks, and we're trying to stab each other. So I love combat damage. I love damage. I wouldn't even call it. I don't like the idea of calling it battleship because I think a lot of battleship players are also against removal. Like I love an exploded battleship. I want you to have banana peeled my battleship. Don't think too hard about that. Like I don't want us to I don't want us to set up our ideal army and then go to town on each other. I want us to be like kicking each other in the knees as we try to set up, and then I want what remains of our shattered army to be duking it out. Like how in all those like medieval or fantasy combat scenes, they have the end of a battle where everyone's exhausted and it's just like a bunch of sad groaning people stabbing each other with whatever like fucking broken swords they can find. That's how I want my commander games to end. That's what I love. What is your personal ratio for specific cards, like 5 to 10 card draw, 5 to 10 interaction, 20 to 30 spells or abilities that stack together, etc.? I don't use ratios at all in my commander decks. I hate the idea of ratios, and I think they lead to bad deck building because I think different archetypes lend themselves to different ratios. Like I will eventually decide on a ratio, but those ratios are almost always influenced by like how proactive how proactive is my strategy? Do I care about ramping or do I not? Do I think that I care about single target removal, or am I anticipating that I'm going to be the guy who needs to be single target removed? Yeah, what does my commander do? What thing in the 99 can I ignore because my commander does it for me? And so I just don't like the only ratio I use is whatever my spiritual first priority of the deck is, like whatever my thing is, I should have 25 to 30 cards that do the thing either by themselves or just with my commander. That's the only ratio I will ever apply. Tinnock, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. And Shida, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the dog house. You ever get an intrusive thought, then do a little head shake to like banish it from your head? Hell yeah. Devil's Eye, thank you for the Prime sub for the 5th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. But what if I can't tutor for my secret commander and my deck is entirely search options like consult the star charts? Stop it with the secret commander decks. I hate them. I hate them. But yeah, all-star synergy piece is fine. Like you in your 99, one of your cards has to be the best card in the 99. Secret commander to me is like the deck can't happen unless this card is on the field, and I no. No. I like but if I play commander, I want to play commander, not hope that I draw the one card that lets me play commander. Fuck that. Okay, I did titles for this one. Why can I not? Why did they get rid of the fucking? Yeah. They used to have like a week ago. They had the thumbnail was right under the description, and I could just click here and put a thumbnail in after I had set titles, and now they won't let me do it anymore, and I have to fucking redo. I have to redo all the titles to make thumbnail. God damn it. Whatever. 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 Uh, God, how am I gonna get all these fucking? No, no, I'll do these thumbnails way faster when we're off stream. I was like worried about my pacing, and then I remembered like I'm spending 20 minutes a thumbnail because I love talking bullshit so much. What else is going on? They need to make more four color commanders because I am forced to play partners that are marginally better. Hey, they have a ton now. As long as you don't like black, as long as you enjoy all four colors that are not black, you have a ton of four color commanders now. Oh, yeah, CDR Charmander. I'm sorry I did not reply to your DM. You are probably going to go, you can go the 6th or the 7th. Do either of those work for you? The 7th. Can do. Put it in your calendar. Okay, wonderful. Okay, that is set up. Good. You saved the thumbnail. I put the thumbnail on. What are other important content updates that are happening? Right. For anybody who watched the Witcher stream, this will probably happen, definitely happen, actually. This will definitely happen on the other end of MagicCon Amsterdam. But I think the next time we do a Witcher 3 stream, we are going to do uh, Geralt and Yennefer cosplay. Try to juice that up a little bit. I'm going to try to come up with some like safe for work safe for work role play redeems we can do in chat. And that is going to be the two strikes and you're out test for The Witcher 3. If that stream does not go well, it will never happen again. We will potentially use those outfits for like short form videos or something like that. Um, but if that stream does not go well, we are just gonna play the game off stream and have a very good time. So will Z be Geralt or Yennefer? I don't know. I don't know. How are we supposed to make that decision, Delvigor? Both. Yeah, they'll be Geralfer, and I'll be Yenalt. We will each wear two different halves of a cosplay. I get the universe is beyond hate, but if they made a Witcher set, I would sploosh. Same. I want it so bad. Any tips on upgrading a deck? I'm trying to upgrade my deck, but keep running into an issue where I don't want to take anything out. Yeah, so Anime King, if you're having trouble killing your darlings in a commander deck, my first wave of stuff I cut would always be, does this do a good thing by itself? Does it do a good thing with my commander? Or does it only do a good thing with something else in the 99? Cards that do a good thing by themselves, pretty safe to keep. Cards that only do a good thing if you have your commander out, decently safe to keep, but can sometimes be upgraded. Cards that only do the good thing with something else in your 99 that maybe works with your commander, those are the first things you cut. Okay. I understand. Thank you. Goodbye, Leisure the Tangle. You will be missed. No! Not Leisure the fucking Tangle. And like those second order synergy cards, so cards that only do something good with other setup, those can be keepable if they like win you the game, right? Those like Craterhoof is a card that doesn't do anything with your commander. It only does something if you've done stuff in the 99. But if you've done stuff in the 99, Craterhoof ends the game. Doing things that only do stuff with your 99, that only do stuff in the 99 and don't create overwhelming advantage, those are the ones you get rid of. Rise of the Dark Realms is good by itself. That's like, if you've gotten to 9 mana, probably enough commander has happened that you are going to reanimate something good. You can make it a lot better by having like a mill deck or something, or by having like a deck that casts a lot of removal. But Rise of the Dark Realms is pretty much a standalone banger. Phil, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Oh wait, hold on. The even I don't think this was a Hope of Spirit deck. No, it is Unit gotta be cloning me. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And final see, this is all I want, bro. This is all I want right here. Let me upload a goddamn thumbnail. Um Is the card art of worse quality or am I tripping? It might be. I don't really know. I just do the same process every time and I can't since I can't impact the card art quality myself, I don't pay attention to it. Spiraling out of control. I'll try that Devil's Eye. Thank you. You not gonna win. That's a good pun as well. If only puns were good in titles. Puns are good in titles like 10% of the time. And when they're good, they're excellent. But when they're bad, they are the worst things ever. All right, that's good. We got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got an 8 done. That's amazing. I'm going to do a quick manual ad break because I have acupuncture in an hour. I'm going to the gym after acupuncture. So I need to have my gym clothes ready. So 60-second ad break. I'll be right back. Quick, everyone steal the copper from the walls before he gets back. Unfortunately for you, I've already done that, idiot. Who's up next? No, fuck you. No, I gave you a thumbnail. No, no, okay, I'll redo that later. Who cares? Oh, this one was so weird. Yeah. Who was the fucking... No, oh, I think they did... Ah, they did that stupid octopus. They did Kaiza. Yeah, they did Kaiza for like a connive deck, and it really didn't work at all. Monkey, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay, I'm just gonna try to rattle off like this is I have to be working, right? Normally on stream I love to fuck around. I do have to be I gave this vignette. I didn't want to give this vignette. I'm gonna kind of rattle off other content ideas that are coming up. So I think what's gonna happen is when we're on the other side of Amsterdam, we're gonna try out the Witcher 3 stream in cosplay. If that does not go well, and I think I'm gonna say go well is we get over 100 viewers. I think that's going to be the bar because the Witcher 3 stream we already did got like 70 to 80 people. And so if doing it in dress up doesn't get us to over 100, then it's still going to be a game Z and I are going to play, but we're going to play it like in private and just kiss each other a bunch because it's not financially worth spending work time to do it. It's just us having unwind time together. Nope, this is the wrong one. He's yeah, conniving cult. But really, I thought it was a good stream game. I think it could be, but like I also can't argue about the numbers, right? And it's not like I want to stream only for numbers, but I want to be trying to find overlaps between what are things I enjoy streaming and what makes financial sense to spend time streaming. Because if like I think when I looked at the numbers, Z and I had a lot of fun. Z and I had a lot of fun streaming the game. There was a decent amount of chatting. I think all told, we had the camera on for 4 hours. Hold on, they deleted this, so I'm just gonna take this random one. We had the camera on. We had the camera on for 4 hours, and after 4 hours, we had made $18, which is like if I was streaming in my spare time as just a fuck around thing. Hey, that's great. A non-zero amount of money to play Witcher 3. That's fucking awesome. But I cannot spend 4 hours of peak work output time doing that. Right? Like at that point I should be filming some deck reviews. I should film a commander roast and then just play Witcher 3 off stream with Z. So that's the decision we're kind of coming to right now. Story heavy games can be great stream games. Expedition 33 was really good. That was kind of what kicked off. That was kind of what kicked off Z and I wanting to stream more RPGs together. Expedition 33 obviously benefited from being very recent, but like Expedition 33, the streams we were getting paid like minimum wage to stream Expedition 33. That's great. Holy shit, that's amazing. Um and then I could go do other content on the side, after that to make real money. Surely Dwarf Fortress could pique your viewership. Surely. What are examples of bad stream games? See, MLP, I would also have thought that. I would have thought for my existing audience, I would have thought Witcher 3 would have been a slam dunk. Super wasn't. It was fine. You know, it was fine. The people who showed up had a good time. I thought the energy was good. I thought the banter was good. And like this is why I'm like always A/B testing the shit out of everything, because a ton of times stuff that I think will be a good fit, people don't care about, and stuff that I think will be like mid at best end up being really good. How did Witcher 3 compare to God of War? It's too God of War is too distant in the past for me to remember. I don't know how it did. I know it is worse than worse than me doing thumbnails. That's really kind of the bar. Like we have, let me check, we have 50 people watching on YouTube. God bless all of you on YouTube. And we have 140 people watching on Twitch. God bless every one of you on Twitch, even if I don't technically believe in them. I still appreciate your patience. Um, and so if cutting the camera on to do clerical work gets 140 people and playing fun game gets 80 people, I gotta lay down and scream. I just have to lay down and cry. And so part of that's gonna be, okay, can we juice it up? Can we juice it up with cosplay? I think cosplay's fun. Seeing us be like more in character is also more fun. But like at some point I have to triage, because this is my full-time job now. I can't just go, "Oh yeah, I'll get paid a fifth of minimum wage." When was the Witcher stream? I think it was Sunday, but Sunday's normally my biggest day. See, Tomu, the thing is we had two people though, so somebody could always be interacting with the audience. And like Expedition 33 didn't involve the audience, but having the two-player thing mattered. So it may be just like recency bias. Expedition 33 wasn't as solved. It was a hotter game. So we could try Witcher 3 again. We could try Witcher 3 again when the DLC comes out. They're dropping a new DLC in 2027. So it may just be that we have to like ride the wave of popular games. Will the Doctor, thank you for the 10 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. Um could it have been a timing thing? It could have been, yeah. But like the more I stream, the less I believe in, oh, this was just a timing coincidence. I have found over and over and over, like, you know what timing coincidences apply to? Timing coincidences only apply to mid content. Everything everybody ever says about like algorithm, audience behavior, when you need to post, when you need to market your thing, all of those things only apply to like B minus C plus content. If you have A plus content, you can do it fucking whenever, wherever, however you want, and it will rip numbers. So whenever I start to worry about, oh, did I get the timing wrong? Oh, could I have like, oh, how could I have moved the needle? I just take a second and I go, oh, that means the content was bad and I should be doing a different thing. Like the place I will apply that is like this stuff is mid content, IMO. I'm trying to make it better. I'm trying to elevate it. But the whole reason I A/B test and do all these little thumbnail things is because I'm trying to move the needle on mid content. And I'm only willing to do that so much before I just go like, I have to figure out how to make something more entertaining. I have to figure out how to make this undeniable. I agree, MLP. Thank you. But what even happened here? Oh, it was Clive. Yeah. Yeah, let's find the Clive deck. Yeah, my God, Mono Red Stomp Fest. Story games are also poison in that if you haven't played the game already, showing up midstream means you have no idea what's going on and can't really catch up. I don't know. I agree with that in theory. It didn't happen for Expedition 33. We had a lot of people in Expedition 33 who had not played the game, were not in the same place of the story as us. We had a few people who dipped out because they wanted to avoid spoilers, but like the Expedition 33 stuff was really good, and magically none of these extenuating circumstances or none of these extenuating factors applied. So that's the standard that I'm holding everything to. I just enjoy Mauled getting annoyed. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Uh this was okay. This was okay. It was just really confused. That's too many words. I was gonna do I thought you were stronger. Hmm. Hmm. I like the Invincible reference as well. I would assume the comparative recency of E33 did quite a lot for the number. I I kind of agree, but also relative follows were higher, relative subscriptions were higher, bit cheers were higher. And so I think like if anything that just means okay, we have to play into recency. All right, we'll do the shitty pun. To be completely honest, I did not enjoy the Expedition game. Not my thing. But you and Z made it so entertaining that I saw the whole thing. Although to be honest, I'm probably an outlier. No, you are the target audience. You are the people we're trying to appeal to. The people who are would not watch the game normally, but would watch the game because we're playing it. Like that's who we need to capture. You are the target audience, Danny. Agumon, thank you very much. I still have to watch the Magic the Noah video myself. It's crazy he did a fucking 9 hour video. God damn it. Give me back the thumbnail box. Bro. So what I think might do better than the Witcher stream is we also want to do like a Skyrim randomizer stream. Randomizer streams tend to have a little bit more evergreenness to them because they're more like a roguelike. Even if you know the game, even if the game is solved, you don't there's more variability, like more crazy stuff could happen. So I don't think Witcher 3 has like a randomizer or any crazy modding stuff. But I think after we give The Witcher another chance, we're gonna do modded Skyrim, see how that goes. Okay, so this one, they yeah, hi baby. They had too much stuff going on. Honestly, my main issue with game content is all the stuff I like, you hate. Yeah, that's like a problem for me as an entertainer, though. I need to find ways to hate in more interesting and engaging manners than just boring hatred. But I feel what you're talking about. All right, that's another one done. I'm a bad viewer. I just show up for streams that interest me most of the time. You're Jonathan Normal Guy. You're Jonathan Twitch. That's what you should be doing. That's the good audience behavior. Because if you show up for stuff that interests you and you don't show up for stuff that doesn't interest you, that helps me know what interests my audience. Little Mixed Doom, thank you for the 95-bit cheer. I hate getting all political and shit, but what the fuck is Florida? A disaster. That's what Florida is. I have to hate in a more interesting manner. Extremely Jin slash Chaos God vibes there, Maldown. I mean, that's all my content is, right? Is I'm trying to hate in an interesting way. Tower Slayer, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Dingbat, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. I feel like you pull it off. I appreciate that, Felix Royale, but I think the reason I pull it off when I do pull it off is because I am always in the search of pulling it off better, right? I'm always trying to jerk it just a little bit stronger, a little bit more complete. Have, a real well rounded yank on whatever I'm yanking that day. Never good enough. What if you did Riz 0 and made it a reflection of that other deck? I like I like Riz more than personality because it's shorter and I can make the text bigger, which is important. Wants to rip that content's dick off. Yep. Yep. Blarg. Well, Jomi, I can only stream like 10 more minutes anyway. We can't stream for too much longer. So Demetros, I actually want to do I've been planning to do Mecha Chameleon with the other YouTube video essayists, so like Trinket Mage, Snail, Elk. Um, Picking a day is going to be hard. I've talked about the upcoming content calendar a few times, but like for the month of July, we're here on the 7th. I don't have anything planned Wednesday, so I could try to do something tomorrow. But Thursday, we're doing Elk Snail IRL stream. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we are doing Command Fest Tacoma. Monday, or wait, no, we're here. Sorry, the week before. Same thing. Snail Elk IRL stream. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Command Fest Tacoma. Monday, Tuesday, we are doing Decro streams. Wednesday, I am flying to Ireland. And then I'm gone with Z and the Decked Out team until the 23rd for MagicCon Amsterdam. And then we're back to do other stuff. So if Mecha Chameleon is still going by like the 24th, 25th, we'll probably try to do it then. I have jury duty next week. I'm so sorry, bro. That sucks. Peach Tea Dragon, thank you for the 20 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. Nothing interesting to say, so here's a streak. I appreciate it. How's content going, Dragon? Oh. And then huge gooning, right? Yes, and we still have to do big gooning. Big, juicy World of Warcraft gooning. Okay, but like, Beeps, you also trying to play Mecha Chameleon? Like, let's just talk. Let's just, like, as people, right? Let's just talk as human people. How you feel about lizards? Yes, beautiful. So yeah, we have. I'm in like Magic content crunch for the next week, and then when I get back from Amsterdam, we're gonna try to make RPG content work. We have to fit gooning back in. I want to get a custom card stream back. There's a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff to do, but right now it's all Magic all the time. This was good, right? Did I? TikTok still doesn't love me, but oh, the engagement bait worked. Instagram's happy, Facebook's happy. The artist is still not answering you. That fucking blows. Okay, that's good. 155. Probably get one or two more done. Oh, yeah. This was like Zelix? What was this fucker's name? Yeah, it was this guy. Zelix. Yeah, Infinite 99s. When is the next friendship ending Dokapon stream? Unfortunately, it's probably not until we're back from Amsterdam because I don't know. I don't see a day it could be fit in. Like every day leading up to the MagicCon Amsterdam trip is accounted for. Hey boss, is there ever a good time to be a Timmy? It's basically always a good time to be a Timmy. Life is good for the Timmies. They are unburdened by things like math or their own shortcomings. All they know is forest and swing creature at you. It, we should all aspire to be as joyous in all of our games as Timmies are in every moment of their lives. Wait, you don't have 12 mono green stompy decks? Is that just me? Okay, you need help. You specifically need probably electroshock therapy. I don't know what else could save you. All right, that one feels like a clickbait 9,000. How do you feel about Doc Samson as a commander? Let's look at him. Am I cooked? Am I cooked? Uh, well, you spelled their name wrong, so you're at least a little bit cooked there. If you would put one or more counters on a permanent, put that many plus one of each kind, add X mana of any one color, where X is Doc Samson's power. Uh, I don't think you're cooked, but I'm trying to. You're a little bit cooked. You're like, like when there's when you toast bread and it's not really brown, but you can tell it got just hot enough that if you put it in the toaster for even 10 more seconds, it's gonna be burnt. That's you playing this commander. I can see some type of hyper greedy ladder of going like I ramp turn one, I ramp turn two, I play this guy turn three, and he is ramp, and then everything after that is hydras. But if you like spend 3 turns ramping and anything bad happens to you, you just concede. But he's like 19 cents. So what this commander would be great for is if you wanted to show your friends that budget decks could be powerful, and you would just do ramp however I can, play Doc Samson, play green cards that cost 9 mana. Because like what a bunch of people don't respect in Commander is if you can play Apex Altasaur turn 5, you probably clean the board up. If you can play Kogla turn 3, turn 4, you can probably shut down whoever's in the lead. Kogla's not budget though, so we would have to find other things that are budget. Let me look. Stats, no. Formats, no. Criteria? Oh, prices. Less than $1. Less than $1, green. Mana value greater than or equal to 5. This is cheap. This is 50 cents. Okay. So we play Avenger of Zendikar. We play Galta. We play Steel Hellkite. We play Meteor Golem. We play Bane of Progress. We play Terastodon. We play Artisan of Kozilek. We play Acidic Slime. We play probably not Metalwork Colossus. You definitely play Threefold Thunderhulk. You play. I wouldn't play Dreamstone Hedron. I wouldn't be ramping any more after my commander. Ipro Tree, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. Fucking Oblivion Sower. Play Sandworm Convergence. Regal Behemoth. Giant Adaphage. Titan of Industries cheap, my god. Uvenwald Hydra can get any land, which could probably do something fucked up. We could do Titanoth Rex. Yeah, you could do Duplicant as removal. You could do Keeper of Fables. And like this all sounds bad, but if you get the mana to do these things very quickly, it's a lot better than people think. You can do Woodfall Primus. I don't even think you need Broodcaller Scourge. Probably what you need the most of is ways to refill your hand. You could do fucking Extinguisher Battleship because all of your... That would be so funny. The dinosaurs have a spaceship and they're shooting a mid-sized meteor that they would survive now. I wouldn't even try to make him power 23. I would just be like, he's a 3 mana dork. That's enough. If I happen to put another +1/+1 counter on him, great. Otherwise, who cares? This is enough. Cavalier of Thorns is cheap. That's insane. But just trying to make sure that like some of these I pulled up wouldn't be playable, but you want every one of these cards to replace itself, remove something else, or be super threatening. Like if you just make all of your cards 2-for-1s, you don't actually need synergy. If you just have a ton of mana and everything you do is a 2-for-1, you will like run up games in bracket 2. Are the rings expensive? They have to be, yeah. I don't know how. They're probably like a $20 card. 11. Yeah, they're very expensive. All right, your boy has to head out for acupuncture, but thank you all for being here today. We're gonna pull up the Bald Kai, find somebody to raid, see who is live today. Oh, it's 3-3 Elk. We are gonna raid 3-3 Elk. Tell them to accept my Catan pitch after you do Bald Guy. I will see you all tomorrow. Not totally sure what we're going to be doing tomorrow, but I will be streaming tomorrow. Thank you all for being here. Please be kind. Do not rewind your videotapes or DVDs. And remember to stay toxic. YouTube, that's just going to be it for us, but I will see you tomorrow.